really flew across the room. I just had to be here. So there she is.
Stunning.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Oh, good to see your faces again.
How are we all doing?
Absolutely.
I just can't believe how fast the time is flying. It's like I blinked my eyes and a whole nother week's gone. Time is just, linear time is just disappearing. It's incredible.
Well, and it is. I had some very strange time warps happening yesterday, and my computer was even showing me the wrong time.
Oh,
Well, that's
wow.
I was
even.
I was kind of like I had made an appointment for 1:45 and thinking I had another online Zoom at 3 o'clock thinking, oh, I'll be fine. I'll be back by 2 and have time. So I was like, oh, 1:45, it's 1:45. It was an hour long session. So at 3 o'clock, I'm driving home going, what the heck was I thinking? And when I opened up my computer, here it said 2 o'clock, not 3 o'clock. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. Maybe I need an update. And then like 30 minutes later, it jumped to the proper time. And then it went back again. And today it's fine. I don't know. It was glitching big time though yesterday.
Well, that's like I
Oh,
apologize for coming on a little late. I was sitting here going like I swear I it was like 2 minutes to, and then I saw the message and it was after, and I'm like, where did those like I literally didn't do anything. I don't know what just happened there.
and what, I mean, it's like Twilight Zone because tomorrow's the solar eclipse.
Hmm.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, it is. Big day.
Yep,
So true.
yep.
Yeah. How are you guys feeling about that energy?
It's been a little wonky. I don't know about you guys, but it's been like this week has been very high energy, but then yesterday was a lot lower. There was definitely contrast yesterday.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's been, yeah, a bit of a
My
roller coaster.
sleep cycles are all over the place.
Oh,
I mean, I got a night before last, I was awake at 11:30. I had some like 2 or 3 hours good sleep. And then I was wide a freaking wake at 11:30. And then I was on the bed this afternoon and slept for 3 hours. And before I knew it, I woke up, it was 5 o'clock in the afternoon and I missed my yoga class. So that's kind of how part of the way that I've been experienced, just my sleep cycles all over the show.
Hmm.
my sleep has been crazy, not enough sleep. And it was funny because I woke up this morning angry and it is just not enough sleep. And I don't wake up angry very often. And it didn't last very long because as soon as I came outside, cardinals were chirping at me and following me. And it was like, okay, yeah, we can let that go.
Yeah.
But it's that whole element of just not enough sleep. My partner is feeling unwell right now. So fighting for blankets and, all that fun stuff. So,
Yeah, I just, I love talking to everyone because it's been, everybody has been all over the place and it's been like being a ping pong ball emotionally and energetically. And yeah, and I have had a quiet week, so it's been very beneficial. And Monday and Tuesday were phenomenal days, feeling really light and ready to go and moving forward. And
Yep.
my I was writing, so I'm writing another book, and that was coming together so beautifully. And yeah, and then of course the heavy energies popped in on Wednesday and slowed things down. But I am really feeling a deep, um, deep healing coming up, like an energy feeling all around me, not just me specifically, but all around me of these deep healing, like going deep into spirit, going deep into soul, and this healing at a whole new level coming up and releasing. And it's quite beautiful. It can be uncomfortable for people, I'm sure.
Yeah,
To
I
me,
feel
I
that
think,
too. It's a
yeah,
steep, like you said, I feel this transition into something that's coming, bringing things to the surface, like you said, that are uncomfortable and having to deal with the things, but it is bringing in that transition into something new. Like we talked about this earlier, like a couple weeks ago, about this birthing of what's coming through, yes, but even in
Mhm.
a shorter time period of what's coming through, and I guess it's also part of the spring equinox too, right? Of bringing in that new transition, but that's
Yeah.
what I'm feeling too.
That
and then in the southern hemisphere, we've got the different transition of things falling away because of the fall
Mm.
leaves time. So yeah, it's quite interesting. But I don't know, this week just seems to me it was Monday yesterday, and it was like blink and a whole week is gone.
Mhm.
Um, and to try and kind of think about what have I actually, what's gone on this week? What have I done this week? I cannot, for the life of me, kind of think back and say, oh, I did that and I got that done. I can't even think about. So it's kind of like also a being. It's this whole space of being, not doing.
Mhm.
Even though in the being we're getting things done, but it's not about it from a perspective of this is what I'm doing. It's so
Yeah.
much more around coming from that space of beingness. And that's the only way that I can explain how we got from Monday to Friday with in a blink of an eye, is that and it's also in that space is so present,
Mhm.
so in the moment.
it's 11:11 here. Oh, just switch to 11:12.
And Angela, I can understand what you're saying about being in that being, right? Even going out to work, I don't even like to call it work, going to my job, it's that element of being and the presence, and then spirit being able to come through and deliver exactly what is needed for the people who are sitting with me. So,
Yep.
and it is in that beingness, and it's learning to just roll and ebb and flow with the energy. I have felt the roller coaster as well. The roller coaster has been more on that personal healing aspect, right? Where the rest of it is just it's happening and I'm in it and I'm present and I'm grateful and I'm humbled and joyous. But I know that the more that I'm continuing to do my work, that it's just going to open things up even further.
And it's when we while we talk about it being a healing energy, it's also releasing.
Yeah.
I'm finding that there's
Mhm.
so much releasing and that bringing in that energy of lightness, and it's kind of like almost it's like almost I'm seeing like you're dancing over these lily pads, like almost like a fairy, um, in that sense of lightness. Yeah, that's about the best way that I can describe it using an image.
Mm.
Beautiful. I love that too. That whole yeah, it's dissolving when you said that, Angela, dissolving away. And Pamela too, like when you were talking about this, the personal stuff coming up, I'm finding I'm more in the moment, much more present than ever before. And so grateful for that, because feeling those waves, those subtle waves that are coming in, and allowing the old reactions to dissolve away and just be present in it. Just truly feels like we are ascending. Like it just I'm so excited for this
It is,
Mhm.
this weekend, and I'm really hoping that it comes through gently for all of us.
it is wonderful. And one of the things, just speaking about getting rid of the noise,
Mhm.
not paying attention to all of that noise that's going on in the world around us, and staying in our own lane and being present to just our part of the world, and the ripple effect that that will have will be extremely magical. And I'm quick to, with the people around me who are stuck in the noise, quick to say, you know what, I don't want to be in that noise. You're free to think what you want, but I kind of shut it down and just say, you know what, I just want to be in my own lane. Yes, this stuff is going on in the world, I'm not ignoring the fact, but it doesn't affect me right here, right now.
Yeah.
And that's all we have is the right here and right now. And I'm grateful to be in that space and not caught up in all the noise. because boy, oh boy, is there ever a lot of really upset, angry people, frustrated people. And I want to be that light and be that person that can kind of just say, okay, you're free to feel that. This is where I'm at.
Mhm.
And it just
So,
gently shuts it down in a way that it leaves them pondering and wondering and curious. But it's not dismissing what they're experiencing. I hear you and I understand that, but that's not where I'm at.
It
mm.
almost feels, as you're describing it, Pamela, what I'm kind of feeling is that I'm feeling insulated from the noise.
Yes, that's
It's like
beautifully put.
it's not even penetrating. It's there, but it's
Mhm.
not even, it almost feels like there's this layer, a complete layer, almost like a tube, a cylinder of protection against the noise. That's what you're describing is exactly what I'm feeling. It's
That
like,
is beautiful.
I love that.
so what? It's like,
And it kind
yeah.
of speaks to the whole, like, and again, not to get too super in the weeds of not what's going on, but the conversation around spirituality and what's going on in the world and consciousness. And there's the talk about the new earth and the fact that there's this separating between the new earth, and it's not a physical separation of separating into two separate entities, but it's the separation of those that are ascending to those that are staying in the 3D. And that's kind of almost that like gap of the insulation, I think. I don't know.
Yeah. And
And
the,
yet we're one.
yeah,
Well, yes.
yeah, that's what I was just going to say. I had a conversation with my husband, though, probably a couple years ago. He was very, getting very involved in some political things, like just listening and talking about it. And I just said, I can't go there. I can't go there. That's not where I am. That's not why I'm here. I'm here to hold the light and I need to turn that off. And so, like, no judgment because we need people that are going to be the vocal ones that are out there in the front lines. But I see our role as the light warriors, light workers to be holding that light. And actually, I had a beautiful channeling and meditation that came in this week for a group. And I know we said we were going to do a meditation today, but I had another one set up, but I'll take you through this one because the audio isn't as good because it wasn't a planned recording, but it was a beautiful message about that. But I love that. Yeah, Pamela, it's so we're all one. And wherever you are, if you're an advocate for humans' rights, then I'm praying for you because we
Mhm.
need you. But I do know that there's a lot of us that just need to be focused in that light and anchor that light in and hold that space for the world.
And it's the light that leads people. It's not us, it's the light. Again, it comes back. Oh, Pamela, did I love your lighthouse lamp?
Wasn't that
Yes.
amazing? That was at a secondhand shop, and I'm like, I left it there the first day, and I'm like, no, I have to go back and get it.
Yes. Now you gotta find us all one.
I will keep my eyes open, let me tell you.
Well, and it's just as we bring it in, right? We will find it. I mean, Janice, you found it through your art, right? I'm super excited. If you just want to send a digital picture, it's totally okay.
Let me just touch it up a little bit.
It's okay.
I'm going to the coast next, no, not next week, the 9th. I'm going to the coast. So I'm going to be going to hunt in some of the curio shops and see what I can find around the
Oh,
lighthouse.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Janice, how long is your meditation?
Uh, I think it's about 10 minutes. I'm not
We'll
positive.
just hold space for it at the end. I just want to make sure we don't miss
Yeah.
it.
No, that's perfect. That's perfect.
Amazing.
It
And
would be a beautiful
again,
way
I
to
love
end.
how aligned, even with the conversation Alana and I were having earlier, and
Mhm.
just even some of the language that's coming out in this is like, oh my God, the synchronicities and the alignment is just mind blowing.
Mhm.
And it's awe-inspiring. I love it.
It is.
It's
Oh,
It's so interesting that we're dealing with these energy, it's like the flow of these energies, the manifestation coming down and then the ascension moving up, and this toroidal field that just keeps working in terms of that, bringing it into the consciousness and then elevating again and bringing it in and elevating and being in that flow of that energy is mind blowing. It's blowing my head off my shoulders. It's so exciting.
But at the same time, I find like that energy again, for me, it was the roller coaster of like yesterday, there was also personal like contrast and stuff that was going on and the healing and what's coming in. But again, even with Pam and I have this conversation of there's definitely ascension coming in as well for like in my experience. And it's like, it's almost exhausting. Like you said, the rotation of that energy is draining, and it's paying attention to that and honoring that and not feeling like judgment about it. Like you said, like, Angela, like you shared about going and having a nap, it's okay to go do that and allow that to happen, have that experience. Go easy.
And
Yeah.
there's the gratitude of the abundance of time, in the sense that we're not stuck in corporate jobs, that we can actually do that. We can take those moments out just to restore, to renew, to replenish. And it's not just let's go and do self-care. That trivializes
No.
what's happening. That kind of keeps the self-care energy in the 3D space. This is so much deeper. And it is about the restoring, renewing. I mean, we know that so much happens while we're sleeping. And having that putting ourselves in that space to have that access to the way that spirit aligns us while we're asleep, and walking in nature, all those things just bringing us into that balance, because the energies are hectic. They are they're crazy, but they are, I mean, with all these planets moving into new signs, they are so exciting.
Yes, it is. Oh, brand new times for us.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love that, Angela, the depth, going deeper. Like that's just being in it just feels like a real deep sinking in of just being in the moment and breath. And it feels so like you're on vacation. Like it just feels so beautiful and healing and peaceful, which I think is, what's beginning to exude out more and more around me, because before you're like wrapped up into the world doing the busyness, dealing with people and jobs or whatever, and then you meditate, bring yourself back into center ground, and now it just feels like I'm staying there all the time, and it's just soothing. It's like coming home. It's that, oh, I feel like I'm home and I'm safe and I'm held, right? And that is a new level. So feels good,
Creating the life you don't need a vacation from.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's one of the philosophies I've always had, and helping people to step into their own, is that create that life that you don't need a vacation from. Because how many people do we see that go away on vacation and they come back and it's harder on them?
Mhm.
Because actually all they're doing is escaping their reality. A lot of people go out and they're drinking their faces off, and they're just escaping, running away. And then when they come back, it's harder on them. So what can we do to create that life that we don't need a vacation from? Because then your experience is going to be vastly different.
Yeah. And I think that, yeah, the big call that people have are they don't want to work full time anymore.
No.
They want time and space in their life. There's a huge shift towards that.
They
Well,
want
even
what
if you look at the new generation coming in, they don't even feel like they need to work. Like that's the feeling that they enter into the workspace with,
Yes.
right? And
Yep,
not
and
that
then
it's
it's
judgment
labeled.
and not bad, but
But
that's
then it's labeled by a lot of the old construct that they're lazy. And I'm like, no, they have an understanding. It's just bridging it into the 3D world, because there is a value still going out to work. There still is a value of meeting other people and planting seeds, but it's that whole element of being able to honor. It should come with ease. It doesn't have to be hard work in the way that we were originally taught and had to break through, right? And I love seeing it and having that understanding that they get it. It's okay. How do they integrate it into the 3D experience? Because we can't discount the 3D experience. It's a part of our journey. It's a part of our soul's growth.
I was writing about it today. It's about the fact that, we glibly talk about we're a soul having a physical experience, but when we really get it, it is about living from our soul in the 3D world.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing. And the thing for me that again, the humility and the gratitude of the place that we all find ourselves in is that we're not on the hamster wheel. We're out of that Calvinistic, structured, work hard, all of that kind of old baloney that we've been, if you don't do any of that, then, what do they say? Idle hands are the devil's work and all the rest of that garbage that came through. It's the absolute privilege that we have to be in the space that we're in and to do what we do in the flow energy as opposed to the striving energy. It's just mind-blowing. Mind-blowing.
Well,
It's
and kind of going back to that generational thing too, is like they're bringing in innovation. They're bringing in a different way. And it's like you said, it's changing the construct. And as they're moving forward, we're, like I said, some of the older generations would be like, oh, they're lazy, they're holding, but they're bringing in that innovation. They're bringing in that spirit of something different and owning it, which is super cool.
Yeah, and it's been coming in for a while because as a teacher in the classroom, because I taught grade 7 and 8 for almost 20 years, probably 18 years ago or so, I noticed the shift, and I was like, and I understand, Pamela, like you said, it's so fun to watch. So I was really torn as a teacher because they just wanted to play. They like grade 7 and they just wanted to play. And I was like, you guys, we got work to do here. We have curriculum to get through, but it was like dragging them through mud. It was like you could teach for 10 minutes and then, okay, we need a break now.
Yeah.
But they were very like of that playful consciousness of life gets to be more fun than this. Why are we doing this? What's the point? And so, and those guys are all out there now in the world working and probably in their 30s. And I'm like, it's going to be a difficult transition for those of us. Like I love working. I'm a workaholic. I'm a Taurus through and through. So, Taurus, Sun, and Capricorn moon, and it's like, right? So I'm like, I love working. It gives me a sense of purpose and accomplishment, and I have the discipline as well as the creative flow, but it's like, just do it, you guys, just do it. So yeah, for us, as an older generation too, where it was very strict, you work. If you're employed, you work hard, right? Like you show up on time, and that time thing, like, yeah, they don't want to show up on time. Yeah.
Oh, so
Mhm.
No, it's
it's that you talk about Taurus, Taurus sun and Capricorn moon. I'm a Virgo sun, Capricorn moon, and Scorpio rising.
Ah, Scorpio rising here too. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, so you are really organized, Angela.
Okay, more here in my head than I'm getting better at that. I don't know where that comes from, but yeah, pretty much more in my head.
yeah.
I love having Virgos on my side. Because I don't like the little detail stuff, and they are good at that.
Not my strongest suit, but I think it's the fluidity versus the fixed sign, and then all of that. I have a friend who I do a lot of work with, and he is a Taurus, and he's like, oh, he's so embedded in the way that he thinks,
Mm-hmm.
and then the fluidity comes in and go, well, what if you think about it that way? And then he'll try it anyway. But yeah, it's so cool. It's so interesting. Come, ladies, what are you? Alana and Pamela, share your signs.
I have no idea. I know I'm Scorp Sag as far as where I'm at, but as far as the rest goes, I have no clue.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Mm,
Fun sign, Alana.
I'm a Cancer.
Ah.
nice.
Beyond that, I have no idea.
Yeah, same here.
We'll have to figure that out, Pam. That's our homework.
Yeah, you should figure that out. Go to, what is it, astro.com, and you can get a free chart. I follow mine weekly. Like I do listen to astrology. I'm not an astrologist, but I'm a, amateur wannabe. But
I have
yeah,
I have a friend who's absolutely brilliant at astrology. She did my chart. She's incredible. But it's again, it's another element that we bring in that allows us to be in flow.
Yes.
What's happening around us.
yes.
And brings in that ability to be able to be a little bit more aware of what's going on around us and also how we show up in that energy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And how we interact with others from that perspective as well.
Very
Yes.
much.
Because I've been when you talk about the Taurus kind of being stuck in their ways, not stuck in my ways, but kind of like, well, just give it to me and I'll do it. Like, very much just let me do it because then I know I'll like it.
It'll be done
And
right.
my younger years, it was very stubborn in that way, very like, I'm doing this, but then there was no room for spirit in there. So I'm doing this. And it didn't always work out because there was no room for spirit. So I learned as I got older, it's like, okay, we need to open these barriers a little bit more. We need to work with spirit despite what I want and trust spirit, that spirit knows what I want and is guiding me from a higher perspective. So, yeah, it's been an interesting journey, but I also see then, you know, the Capricorn moon is that constant, like, but, I need to get this done. Yeah, it's been interesting to understand myself better. The other thing, have you guys done anything with human design? Probably,
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
yeah, because that's astrology and I Ching and gene keys all mixed together in a chart, and it's fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
I think I
I
pulled
have
mine.
not done that. I think the Enneagram was something that I, a few years back, discovered with some friends. And I know I am a number 8 in the Enneagram, but I also know that most people only operate on 4 energy center or 2 energy centers, and we have 4. And
Yes.
I operate on all 4. And so I'm like, that makes a lot of sense why I have the energy to go and do the things that I do
And still connect.
and still connect.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so, how was last year for you, Pamela? Because last year was an 8 year. Did you find that things like, if you look at the
Flowed.
infinity, ooh, flow?
Yeah, flowed. Everything last year was a really magical year in a lot of ways. That being said, some of the challenges personally that I had were extremely intense. And when you were talking earlier about the insulated, I'm like, that's what's happening. I am not carrying near, particularly with my partner's family. I was carrying a lot about not being accepted because the dynamic and how it's played out. But what was really lovely is like that's not weighing on me anymore. It's not weighing on me at all. She's got her journey. If she's not aligned energetically with where I'm at yet, and I accept that, and it is what it is, just keep being me. And so I've really been insulated from that over the last, I would say, probably 2 months. But prior to that, it was something that was weighing very heavily, and it's not anymore. So again, I think it's a testament to the work that I'm doing, stepping into this new way of being, not getting caught up, not being in the noise that is around me, and understanding that I'm exactly where I'm meant to be, and planting seeds, even though they may not be received yet. And that's okay. They're not ready to blossom.
Ah,
It's quite fine.
And that is a collective energy too that's coming through because when you look at Mel Robbins' book, Let Them,
Yep.
and how it has exploded, it's like everybody's ready for that energy. Everybody's ready to say, I don't care anymore. Do what you
Yeah,
want. I'm just
absolutely.
gonna stay home.
It's a beautiful shift that we're in,
Oh yeah.
And
and that we are actually holding space for.
it's such an interesting energy this year because we've got the 9 year, but we've also got all the ones that are coming in with all these planets moving into 1 degree, the first 0 and 1 degrees. And so in this 9 year, it's not just about the completion. We've also got all these new little seedlings that are popping up as well. And it's balancing that energy of the closing off and the bringing in of the new at the same time. And if certainly for me, I think if we're not stepping in and we're not in that vibration, and the vibration that we're in, where we are focusing on soul and spirit, I think it's very difficult for people who are in the 3D energy to navigate these two energies because they don't have that awareness. And it's not that we're better than, it's just that we have more
Yeah.
awareness.
And those people are still caught up in the noise,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's a really good distraction from getting to that soul level.
And it's hard work. It takes a
Yes,
lot of work.
not for the faint of heart.
Absolutely not. And enormous amounts of courage.
Yes.
Well, we just had
And
this
again,
conversation and go ahead, sorry.
I was just going to say the courage is actually not our courage. It's courage that we get from source anyway. Alana
Yeah.
Carrick.
Yeah, no, it was I was just having this conversation in at my coaching group, and that was like we're a bunch of light workers that are in there, and it's like we feel like this heaviness about it. About like, and I it was another I just shared I came across another one that was like another woman that's sharing this thought of like we're all feeling this heaviness about having to do the work and having to be responsible and all of this stuff, and it's like but we came into it, we asked for it, it was part of our what we put our hand up and said we're here for that. But it doesn't always have to be hard. And the more we do this kind of stuff, the more we connect to each other and the more we lean on each other and have this opportunity to have these conversations, and help each other move forward. Because it doesn't have to be heavy. It doesn't have
Well,
to be
accepting
weighing.
the heaviness too,
Yeah.
right? The minute, because we resist it, we resist the
Yeah.
heaviness. And it's
Yeah.
with the resistance that we actually give it the power to stay low.
Mm-hmm.
So when
Yeah.
we accept the heaviness and go, okay, this is just a part of my experience.
It's
What
an
do I
event.
want to do with it now?
Mm.
I've found that when I'm experiencing the heaviness, I have to check whether I'm in my ego, whether I've gone sunken into 3D energy versus because when I'm in the flow, everything's easy, it's light.
Yeah.
If it's heavy, that's when I know I need to take a break, do something completely different, go and have a nap or do whatever it is to shift that energy of getting caught back in that cycle of my ego wants me to think it's heavy. It's actually not.
Almost a form of recalibration.
Yeah, because it's you said drawing it down into that 3D, the human experience, and versus it's part of the experience and it's part of the what we're meant to evolve through. And like you said, allowing the lightness to come in, even though that feeling it's a choice.
And so for speaking to the people who are not in the understanding that we are,
Mhm.
that acceptance piece is huge.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's that step to say, okay, yes, I am with this. I mean, for us and how we operate, yes, we want to lead by example, but a lot of people are going to go, well, I'm not sure if I can do that. So let's break it down a little bit and let's just accept that it's a little bit heavy. We are okay with that. What are we going to do with it? It doesn't define who we are in any capacity. So it's just breaking it down into the steps that's understandable for the people that we are helping to ascend. Right.
And if anything, what it's doing is it's opening up this wellspring of compassion and empathy.
Absolutely.
And love.
Unconditional love.
Yeah.
It's all heart chakra opening.
It is. And the heaviness is the fears and it's like fear is like a quicksand, right? And
Yeah.
the more you go, oh my gosh, I'm in fear, and allow that to be. And with that comes, emotional intelligence to go, oh, okay, I'm feeling something here. Is this the truth? And being able to walk yourself back into the heart chakra, but not engaging in something you said too, Angela, reminded me of like when we're feeling that fear, it's like, well, is it mine or is it collective fear? Is it like right now? I keep getting visuals of these like the earth and these bubbles of toxins coming out at different places, and which it is right now because the amount of eruptions and earthquakes that are clustering around the earth is letting all this toxicity out, and we feel that at an energetic level, even before there's a physical manifestation of it. It's not just the earthquakes that are happening, but the energetic level of her releasing all that, and we're standing here on her surface, like, oh, bubbles just came up. Okay, let's ground the light.
Well, it's funny because even in the line of work that I'm doing, the language is changing, and that's not just me, that's the universe, coming through me. And so switching triggers to activations, right?
Yeah.
It's activating something within us.
Yes, I like
And
that.
it's magical if we allow it.
Yeah.
The activation isn't something, triggers has such a negative connotation. Activation is, okay, I can be excited and I can look at this.
Well, it brings in awareness.
I think,
Yeah,
yeah, I
absolutely.
think we were talking about it last week when we were saying how the 5D language is so different and things like we're not going on retreats anymore. What is a retreat? A retreat is,
Yeah.
it brings on all that kind of male war vibration energy to it, and we're not doing those kinds of things anymore. It's
We should make a
And we're not-
dictionary
and
of all the terms that come through.
One. Yeah.
I've already started one.
Well, you gotta start
discovery
tracking them in our conversation then. We're good.
Good, yeah.
the discovery of the new language is like my little child's eyes just light up. She just gets so
Yes.
excited. Just a shift in the energy as you're talking about. It's not a trigger, it's an activation. And being curious about what is it activating,
Yeah.
as opposed to the heaviness of the trigger.
Yeah.
Yes. And the same in that language is the mental mindset of like, oh, I'm in fear and I know I can work through this. Like instead
Yes.
of I'm in fear, so I can't do this. It's like, no, you can be in fear and also move forward. Like just
Mhm.
changing
And
that language.
I was having a conversation with one of my clients this morning, and we'd been working with the galactic chakra, and she was just saying her learning from this week is how supported, no matter what's going on, how supported she is. And this was her realization, how supported she is in the universe. And again, coming back, Alana, to what you were saying about the choice that we have to go into the fear or into staying in that space of knowing that the universe is supporting us.
Yeah.
And that was
The
for me.
acronym FACE everything, or fear, false evidence appearing real.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And a new acronym is FACE everything and rise.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
Instead of
So
facing everything and running.
yeah, exactly. Lord knows I've done that on occasion.
That's awesome. I love it.
Do we want to do the meditation?
Sure, we can. That would be lovely.
Love to.
I think you have to make me co-host. So
Oh, sorry. No, here I'll yes.
and I just got to pull it up. So just give me 1 second to do that.
You're doing that. Who's next? Alana or Pat? And I'm going to miss you guys for 2 weeks because I've actually got to go and see a friend next Friday for a birthday because I'll
That's
be
okay.
away for my birthday. No, I'm going to miss
We'll
you
feel your
guys.
joy. We'll feel your joy. That's awesome.
Mhm.
I'll miss you guys, and then I'm away for a week. Yay. I'm going to go put my feet on the beach.
Yay!
Oh,
That's
yay.
exciting. Share pictures.
Yeah. I will. I sure will. And especially if I find a lighthouse.
Yes, please.
I'll be excited about that.
Oh no, I loved your lamp. I just Yeah, just there we go.
Can you see it?
Not yet, it's coming.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, perfect. So 13 minutes, 13:33.
Perfect.
3:33. Yeah. Let me make
What
sure.
a beautiful number. The feminine number of the 13 and then the master number 33. How cool.
Love
Yeah.
it.
Let's look at those light bubbles for a minute. Soothing. All these beautiful energies coming in, sprinkling down on us. So just let yourself settle, taking in some nice deep breaths to help yourself transition into the inner world, away from the 3D world. So breathe in nice, long, deep breaths at your own pace, and let them out with a big sigh. Let yourself take at least 4 big, deep breaths. And let that air come in and cleanse through your body. Each breath bringing you more and more into this moment right here, right now. When you're ready, come back to your normal breathing pattern. Bring your focus and awareness right into your heart center. Coming into the space of stillness, of light and love, and gratitude. And feel your heart space begin to soften and open up. Open up to more love. Allow yourself to bring in big love. Not the earth love that we have, but the big, high, potent, powerful love of Source. The love that is pure, unconditional, no judgment. Doesn't matter what you've done, where you've been, what you've thought. None of that matters. It is pure, constant love. In this moment, right here, right now. Feel it flowing in, showering down from the cosmos, from the heart of the universe, showering down just for you. Just you. Just feel that pure love. It's not a love for anything else but you. And let yourself fill up with that. Let yourself receive high love. Let it move through your body. Let it bring ease, spaciousness into your body, into your mind, releasing you from heaviness, releasing you from recurring thoughts. Just see pure light in your mind. That's all. That's all. Let your mind be in light. And notice how releasing that is. Let your heart be in light. And it brings buoyancy into your heart. Let your body rest in the light. And it brings spaciousness into your body. Imagine yourself floating while being held in this light. Letting go of all shapes and forms. And just be in a sphere of light. All you need to do. You don't have to be anywhere, do anything, say anything. Just be here. And allow the light to integrate into you, through you, permeating you. And then feel how good it feels to let go and allow the light to lead the way. You, beloveds, have so much to do on your lists in your life. And we want you to know that we desire to carry you, to carry the load, to ease the pain, to ease the heaviness. And so be open and non-resistant. Ask us to come through. Ask for help. Ask for the help to ease the heaviness, ease the pain, ease the aches, ease the day for you. For we are here in so many numbers of us are here, in legions of us are here to help you as you move through this time. And if you can just be in this light, you are the bridge between heaven and earth, and you is all. It is so easy for you if you allow it to be. Allow ease, allow flow. Allow yourself to rest in this light and feel it in your heart. Feel the lightness Feel the relief. Feel the load being taken off. As you feel this, you create more of it. And as you look out through the light onto the horizon, you see the sun rising. You see the future for you. You are creating it. Of course you can see it. Focus here. Focus on this. Focus on what it is that you are visioning forward. And so it shall be. And keep this lightness with you as you move. Light, playful, and curious. All will be well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. They're showing me that there are so many beings of light here. But we need to ask and allow them in. Feel yourself floating back to the earth. Feel yourself with your feet on the earth, on the bare earth, bare feet, in the grass, on the soil, in the sand, whatever feels right for you. Feel your heart connection with Mother Earth, sending love and light down to her as she is shifting and moving, releasing her pain, releasing the built up energy. But she'll be fine. So just feel yourself on the earth, ground down, anchor in. Feel her love come up to you. Breathe it up through your spine, into your heart. Begin to move your body. Stretching, wiggle your fingers and toes as we come back. When you're ready, open your eyes and come on back.
Thank you.
It's lovely. Thank you.
You're welcome. As I said, it's not, the recording isn't as clear, but it was just one of those beautiful meditations that came through, and it felt like everyone needs this right now. So I just put it out there and shared it with everyone.
Well, and
Awesome.
talk
Thank
about
you.
bringing in the light. Like we were just talking about that, and of course.
Yeah, right. Yes. Ah,
Mm.
all right.
Well, thank you, ladies. This has been beautiful.
It
Thank
has.
you. And see you in 3 weeks. I'm gonna
We'll see
miss
you
you
in a
guys.
couple weeks.
I'm gonna miss you guys so much.
We
Yeah,
miss you too.
we will
I'll
miss
text you
you.
on WhatsApp though. And Janice and Pamela, we still need to set our dates for
Oh,
a conversation that matters, and also your cards in the card deck.
oh, yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to pop my email in there. And if you can, I do more on email than the chats because I can't see my phone very well. Okay. Thank you, you guys. Thank you again,
Have an
Elena,
awesome
for doing this.
Have a beautiful
Donna,
day.
You too. Bye.
bye.